In 2013, when Pope Francis was elected, he was the guy who was supposed to be the Pope. He was needed at the time for so many reasons. Number one on that is the fact that the world was at a point where the cry of injustice was sparking a whole lot of protests around the world. There is the Arab Spring that was happening in North Africa and Middle East. There was the Occupy Wall Street happening in the US. The ground was ripe for populism. That was the political climate under which Pope Francis was elected. But specifically in relation to the Catholic Church, two things were happening. The Catholic Church was losing membership. People were no longer going to church, especially young people. And two, the Catholic Church was battling bad PR because of the assault allegations. You know those allegations I'm talking about, right? And so Pope Francis' social justice Jesuit background made him the perfect person to lead the Catholic Church because his background lent itself to the cry of the masses at the time. And two things were expected to happen with the election of Pope Francis. He will excite young people and then they will come back to the church. And he will help the church's image. But unfortunately for Pope Francis and the Catholic Church, it was a time when the Pope defined the church. Whoever the Pope was defined who the church was, right? But in 2013, all the way down to 2025, the church, as in the Catholic Church as an institution, was seen as an entity separate from Pope Francis. Because we're living in the age of personal branding. People didn't necessarily connect Pope Francis' activism to the church. People always separated Pope Francis from the Catholic Church. So, Pope Francis helped Pope Francis' personal image because he was an authentically good, progressive person, right? But unfortunately for the Catholic Church, 2013 is not the 1900s. People didn't define the Catholic Church in the image of Pope Francis. They separated the two. So, church attendance keep going down. The image of the Catholic Church still poor, you know? So, Pope Francis didn't solve the two problems that the church thought he was going to solve. And, he couldn't have solved it.